I'll tell you what, this has got to be one of the fuggliest and smelliest computers I have ever gotten my hands on. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be taking a look at this mystery PC that was dropped off in my office by one of my coworkers. I really don't know anything about it, except it's really disgusting on the outside. You can probably tell there's something spilled on the top of it, which has dripped down the side. I don't even want to touch it right now. It's really, really gross. The inside, what I can see through the windows, looks absolutely terrible. It's really dirty, and it smells like a mixture of a potpourri basket and an ashtray. It's very unpleasant just to be around right now, but hopefully we can go ahead and fix that, and maybe there's something inside that's actually worthwhile. This case, on the other hand, is extremely ugly, but it's built like a tank. I actually kind of like it for that fact. The front of it, though, I don't know what they were doing with this design. I mean, look at this thing. It's got this weird metallic red thing with horns and a weird skull power button that sticks in, and a door over the USB ports in the front. Like, what the hell is this? It's really weird, but yeah, it's typical of like the 2003 to 2005 sort of era of just weirdness when it comes to PCs. There really was, yeah, there was a lot going on in the stylistic designs on this, and not necessarily in a good way. So yeah, this is it's just bizarre. So let's yank the side panel off of it and see what's inside of this thing. Wow. I guess I said when I said yank, I really didn't mean it. Holy crap. That sucker's stuck. Oh. Ugh. That's nasty. Oh, that's kind of cool. Looks like there's a little removable dust filter in there. That's pretty neat. Don't want to go back in, though. Yeah. We'll figure that out later. Yeah, that is some accumulation there. That's nasty. Oh man, that was not the worst of it. Oh, she's dirty. She's real dirty. That CPU cooler. Oh man. Also, I need to get a new table because the center of it bulges up a bit and things don't like to sit flat on it anymore. And the case doesn't have any feet anymore, so that probably doesn't help matters. This is actually kind of a neat case inside. Look at this. It's got little toolless latches that hold everything in. They got a little plastic piece on the end. Little handle to pull the drive sleds out. It's got a little storage thing on the bottom. I think this is an Antec case. It's got a 500 watt Antec power supply in it. I'm going to guess that was probably a combo with this case, and Antec probably made this, but I haven't been able to find anything on this case anywhere. If any of you guys have seen anything about this case or have had one of these and know what it is, please do tell me in the comments, because right now I'm not seeing any actual branding on the case. So yeah, it looks like inside we've got an old purple ECS motherboard. It's a looks like an AMD board. It's got an AMD cooler on it, AGP, and a crap ton of PCI slots. 2 RAM slots, so it's not a super special motherboard by any means. We've got dual optical drives up here. One is a 52X compact disc CD-ROM drive, and the other one's a DVD-R/RW. Looks like a burner, and CD burner as well, so that's pretty nice. Floppy drive. Let's see what this hard drive is here, if we can get it out. Not sure how that comes out, actually. Let's take power out of it. Disconnect our crusty little ribbon cable there. So it looks like you push that over and pull. Oh, maybe not. Wow. that's really in there. Maybe it's the top one. No. I don't want to break it, so we're gonna leave it for now. Yeah, that's really in there. I notice a few bulging capacitors in here, so that's a good sign. I think this motherboard's gonna need some work. Oh man, this thing is so dusty. Yeah, we got a whole row of bulging caps alongside the CPU, so those will need replacing if we're gonna use this motherboard. Our 20-pin and 4-pin CPU power are right next to each other, which is a really weird design. And they're also, yeah, on a terrible place on the motherboard. Like, ideally you want those to be somewhere along the edges so you don't have to route your cables over top of the board, but I guess design was, or layout was just not really a concern of ECS at the time. It looks like it's an Enforce 3-A motherboard, version 1.0A, and we got original DDR RAM in here, DDR 400, the board says. Let's see what these DIMMs are. Looks like Kingston, probably Kingston value RAM. 512. Okay, so it's probably a 512 meg kit total. So probably 512 megabytes, or these are each 512 meg. We'll have to power it on and see if it works. I did say kit of 2 and then 512, so I'm assuming that's 512 total for the kit. They're probably two 256 meg sticks. This 500 watt 80 plus, what is this? Just standard 80 plus certified power supply. That looks halfway decent. I think I'll keep that in there if it works. Crusty little fan. I notice it's blowing in. I would probably want that to be blowing the other direction, but there's some potential here. I don't know what this video card is, but it looks manky as hell. Like it's got a real nasty little tiny heatsink on it. So yeah, probably won't be using that. I actually have a much nicer card that I could drop in there. And yeah, that would be a really nice fit. What was this guy? I actually forget. This is a GeForce 6800 XT. So definitely not the highest end card, but it's a decent AGP card. So that'd be a nice fit for there. Although it's such a clean looking card, and this is such a nasty looking build, I almost feel bad for putting it in there. But we can use that for testing if we want to do some slightly more intensive gaming on it. So yeah, let's go ahead and try powering it up and see what we get out of it. Okay, we've got her all hooked up, and I guess it's a moment of truth. We'll see if it catches on fire or if it actually boots up, or something in between. Well, that's a good sign. We got, oh, hello. That doesn't sound good. There's something in the DVD drive, or it's trying to open. It's very not happy. Also, it doesn't appear to be posting, so. That's not a great sign. Top optical drive's got nothing. Bottom one seems to be pretty well cactus. No post, no nothing. Fans are all going at max, so yeah, this is probably bad motherboard. Just yank that off of there and brave the dust. I don't see anything that's been disconnected. Oh, that smell. Oh! Let's try powering it down here. Hard drive's not doing anything, so. See if I can get this optical drive open. See if there's anything in there, or if it's just got the belt that's perished. Aw, there's nothing in it. So the drive's just shot. Oh well. That's kind of to be expected. These older optical drives have a tendency of, well, the little rubber belts in them tend to perish over time, and they just don't work anymore. Let's see if there's anything in the top one. Oh, oh man, D-Link wireless N dual band router. Well, that can go in the garbage bin. Yeah, so I'm guessing it's those capacitors back there that are gone, but I'm gonna try taking one of the RAM sticks out, just in case it wasn't seated well or something. Try that. I'm unplugging this optical drive because that's driving me nuts. Yep, got a whole load of nothing. Make sure the monitor is actually set to the right input. D sub. No signal. Wah, wah, wah. Alright, so next step. Let's try sticking the other video card in there, see if that's any better, but I'm still thinking those capacitors are the issue. Actually, no, I'm not going to risk my video card, my good one, putting that in there. We will we'll yank this thing apart and see if we can get this motherboard working, because it's most likely, again, just those just that line of capacitors along the CPU there that are the issue. We'll see what actual value those things are, if they're going to be something I have replacement parts on hand for if I got to order parts. Hopefully I got some in my bin that I can use. I scavenged through the parts bins later and I have found some 6.3 volt 1000 microfarad capacitors, as well as some 6.3 2200s, which they're a little bit lower in capacitance, but I'm thinking these will probably be good enough at least to drop in there and test and see if the board even works at all. If it does and it turns out to be decent, I can replace these with some better ones later, so it'll be enough just to test it for now. In the meantime, let's try to clean this board up, and I'm thinking it needs a bath. I've done this many times. I have washed motherboards. This one is really gross, so I don't mind doing that to it. This is a weird little cooler mount. It actually has a little tab on the side. I don't know if you guys, nope, you cannot see that. Let's apologize for the shoddy camera work here. But on the back of this cooler here, we got a little tab that you got to push in and then it rotates around. That's weird. I've never seen that before on an AMD cooler. Usually they're just a little lever. That one actually has a locking lever. Ugh. Ugh. Yuck. It's pretty gunked up. This also needs a bath, as well as the rest of the case. In all honesty, I'll probably pull the power supply out and the hard drive and everything and just take this thing into the bathtub and scrub it down. Clean. We got her drying in front of a vent. Biggest thing is trying to get these to dry as quickly as possible after doing stuff like this. Mainly just because, well, these have metal components and, well, things like these ports in the back, they will actually rust. So you want to get as much moisture off of it as quickly as possible after you wash them. But yeah, this thing looks like new now, so we can go ahead and get on with the capacitor replacements and whatnot after it dries out. So our board's all nice and dry now, and I cleaned off the CPU, cleaned the thermal paste out from in between a couple of the pins, and we've got it re-socketed. Now what we got to do is replace these capacitors. I'm not going to power test it quite yet, because these do need replaced no matter what, so we'll go ahead and do that first, and we'll see if it actually works. I think today's goal, or at least the goal with this video here, we're going to end it at whenever this thing posts, or if we can get it to post. Then in further videos we'll look at tackling the rest of this case and getting it all cleaned up, as well as cabling, the hard drive and all that stuff. I was able to actually get the hard drive out. Very, very stuck in there, but yeah, I was doing it right. It just was really jammed in. So whoever put it in previously didn't really, I think they used the wrong screws on it and it got pretty darn stuck. So yeah. Anyway, again, the goal for this video now is just to get this board working and see if we can get some video out of it. And let's get to replacing those capacitors. Fresh set of capacitors on here, at least all the ones that were bulging. So let's go ahead and power test this thing and see if it posts now. Hopefully this is a little bit more, well, lively than it was before. And now for the moment of truth. Let's see if our repair was successful. Go ahead and turn our power on. And we'll short our pins here at the bottom. There we go. Simulate a power button push. It's powering on, and hey, we got video on the display. Alright, that's what I like to see. And we've got 256 megs of DDR RAM running at 333 megahertz. And obviously the BIOS is corrupt because I yanked the BIOS battery out of it. And I've somehow managed to misplace the second stick of RAM during all of this. So I will locate that and test that later. But yeah, she's working. So cool. Well, that is all I am going to be doing in this video with this. I'd like to keep these videos a little bit under control when it comes to length. So that's it for the first one. We'll be going into a little bit more detail of cleaning up the rest of the case and getting this all back together in the next video. And then hopefully we can get an operating system installed on it, and we can have play around with some games and things on this. Anyway, until that time comes, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more content like this and future videos on this hardware, please do subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.